Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me here. I'm very pleased to meet you. I was actually expecting to see an empty room on the second day and after lunch. I'm Alexey Fomin. I'm responsible for distribution in positive technologies. Over the last year, we conducted a number of tests and pilot projects. Just to revitalize you all on the second day, I will just give you some vicious advice. Before I embark on this vicious, bad advice, I may explain what this pilot is all about. Let me explain what it stands for. Having a pilot is just like having a test drive of a product. We are from Positive, so we are testing positive products. So there are some things that we would like to achieve here. Here are some main stages: preparation and the work that we would like to do to achieve certain results.
Вредный совет, да, как развалить еще все.
And the first vicious advice, bad advice, how to destroy everything at the preparation stage. Stop talking to the customer. Do not clarify anything from a customer, with a customer. So never talk to a customer. They don't understand anything. We'll just show the customer what it's all about. In actual fact, it's not true, of course. The preparation phase is very important.
Это вот, собственно, самое первое. Какое решение, для решения какой задачи?
It's important to show which solution we will be showing to the customer and for which task. Then the question is where we will be doing and who is going to do that. But that's on the next step. So, for example, never talk to the customer, but decide to do it at a meeting with the customer.
Установочной встрече важно говорить.
So at this meeting with the customer, this is also bad advice. You need to talk about anything with the customer, but the things that we would like to achieve. Who belongs to the team? Whose responsibility is what? And never discuss the timeline and deadlines with the customer. All pilot projects ended before the deadline just because that's exactly what we need to clarify in the first meeting with the customer. Set the responsibilities in the team. That's a very painful aspect. You need to tackle that more in detail. When the partner joins us with a request about the project, they'd say, here's a customer for you, work with them. And a lot of problems arise from that. You just need to understand who is responsible for what, find contacts, get access to the server room. I mean, literally. We are the distributor. We don't know the customer just like our partner does. We start the project with one set of settings, then in the middle they come up with some other offer and then some other one, so it actually endangers the pilot. Of course, I'm not going to speak about the timeline. It's obvious. So we pilot it, we launch this, we start showing something to the customer, and then, all of a sudden we just need to reach certain results. And it seems like, as a vicious advice again, we do not attempt to reach the goal and resolve these problems. If it doesn't work, it's the problem of the network. Go figure. Or, for example, we make this decision, you try and attempt and figure it out on your own how it works. Of course, that's not the way to do it. To speak seriously here, you just need to explain to the customer which problem we tackle. And as we run this pilot, you just need to explain it to the customer step by step. And that's exactly what we do. How we resolve that with the product we offer. Another bad advice. Do not offer anything to the report on your own, because you see, they sometimes try to say, let's not show that. But we need to show that it's the pilot that reveals real problems, and we need to make them all public. We need to show all the problems, never hide them. Some customers also say, we don't need the report. We pilot this, it has passed the pilot phase, so that's fine. But no, we need the report, because the report will help us develop cybersecurity for the customer and the following phases. That's our recommendations on how to move on. That was a fun part. At least some people smiled. Now the serious part. Over the last year, we had 53 out of 36 activities. There were 53 product tests and 36 pilot activities. An interesting product, which is also a kind of an implementation, was piloting 5 products in one. Almost an entire team participated, and there was a real good customer who asked good questions indeed. Well, I cannot disclose any more information here, but that's the pilot that really makes us proud. Almost all of our projects were done on time, in accordance with those vicious advice. We never failed, apart from a couple of projects. Those were due to some extreme cases, they failed. And we wrote reports to the vendors in all of the cases, and those reports were very informative and a very important point business-wise. Metrics, conversion. In a year after the project, they converted to sales. It does not really mean that it did not convert to sales. They did that due to the budget aspects of the customer. Now, the results of the pilot projects, that's what we've been able to identify. Not just one product, but a group of products for positive technologies. And the greatest numbers are here. In actual fact, we see that 100% is the violation of the regulations of cybersecurity. Cybersecurity regulations account for 100%. Very rarely we have customers, we have very mature cybersecurity, where during the course of the pilot we never find anything. In 9 cases out of 10, we find something immediately on the first second. We actually have a story of a pilot that we ran. We saw an attack and we stopped the presentation, and the cybersecurity expert went to see the manager just to report that there was an attack attempt. And we released that during 1 month. Those were exceptions, of course, but still a good example. Now, more specifically, the violations of regulations, outdated protocols, they belong almost everywhere in our policy. Remote access, that's quite obvious. That's very inconvenient to use different VPN, right? Why use VPN? It's much more convenient to run some illegitimate software and get access in a simpler way, compromising your network. A couple of words about passwords. I think even in the public zone, they mentioned the passwords. 3 or 4 pilots there, so they were just like most popular password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those people who use this, please change this. Suspicious activities. We have a lot of pilots regarding NAD. After the foreign companies, vendors left, we pilot them very significantly. What else can I say here? Scanning. We see that there is someone in there and scans the customer. Actually, Denise, who was talking about OpenNet and makes a presentation to the customer, promises that they'd find something to the customer, and that always happens. There's never been the case that we never find anything. We immediately find some suspicious activities there. What else should I say? Well, basically, I'm not going to read the entire slide, of course. There are suspicious activities everywhere with every customer, and we can immediately see it, like I said before. I mentioned the malware. Some time ago, I saw a report, and it states and stipulates that miners and ransomware will lose their popularity. We see there's a bunch of them, and there was a project some time ago by using the vulnerability of the SMB protocol. The binary would get to the network and would distribute and infect hundreds of hosts, and it would copy itself across the network, and it would start mining cryptocurrency, Monero. It would start mining Monero.
Был положительный эффект.
And there was a positive effect anyway by writing to the host. It would mine Monero, and all the other malware was not allowed to get there. So it was just protecting the system. I'm alone here mining Monero. All the others, get away, get out.
Уязвимость довольно старая, используется.
As far as the blue vulnerability, it's an obsolete vulnerability, but the customer actually feels that we have the NGFW, we cut down everything on the perimeter, and you can leave the inner part alone, but it's not true. Basically, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you. Once again, I would like to focus on that. A pilot is a real good tool to show what exactly is happening. And you just give it a try and make a demonstration and find something. That's what I tried to show, that there is something to do about it. I think this is it. And thank you very much for joining me here.
Вопросов нет? Ну тогда я готов ответить на полях. Да.
Do you have any questions? Oh, by the way, thank you.
Мы у себя открыли.
We have opened showrooms at the vendor products. You can check our offices in Moscow, St. Petersburg, Nizhny Novgorod, our offices. We have them all listed at our booth. Please check this out. And you can join us and see the Positive Technologies products, almost all of them there. You can watch them separately or together with the customer, ask direct questions and run some tests. Go give it a try, study them, so you're welcome to join in. Please visit us, be our guests. Thank you.